Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my November perfume tray late because I got smacked down with a really gross head cold last week. So I wasn't wearing any fragrances. I couldn't smell much because I was so congested anyway. So better late than never. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let me talk about how I did on October's perfume tray. Let me start with my most worn fragrance for the month, and that was MFK's Gentle Fluidity Gold. I put a huge dent into this fragrance, which I'm really excited about because when I first tried it, I had a little sample. I loved it, got a bottle for my birthday, wore it a couple times, and then just never was in the mood to reach for it, which was disappointing because, I had been so excited to get it for a birthday present. I always liked the way it smelled, and maybe it was just, I was trying so many new things, but I've been wearing it a lot more recently. October, I wore it at least half the days of the month, if I'm being honest. And anytime I wore it out and about and people were around, I got a compliment on this. This is a huge compliment getter. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's working its way up. It's trying to make my top 10. I don't know if it will, but it's trying to. So you can see it's now maybe almost half gone. Really love this one. The next one I had was Amouage Portrayal Woman. I did wear this a couple times. You can't tell because of the bottle, but I put a teeny tiny little dent in it. It's a beautiful tobacco, vanilla, LME fragrance. I think there's another note in here I can never remember. There's jasmine in it, I believe, or some other white floral. But this smells so good, especially on the deep dry down. It just smells like what I would assume a tobacco heiress would smell like, right? She's rich, she's got money, she has a little bit of that kind of tobacco scent slightly lingering in the air behind her, but she smells really rich and classy. Then I had this scent box travel. This was Nishane Annie or Ani. I actually put a little bit of a dent in there. This is one that when I first got it, I did not like it. It just did not smell good to me at all, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. It actually does smell a lot better than I thought. I don't know if it needed time to sit. I don't know if I just needed to let my nose adjust to all the new smells. But it's actually nice. I don't know that it's full bottle worthy for me, but I didn't mind wearing it. I wore it a couple of times, and it actually did smell really good, especially once it had sat on the skin for a while. So I'm understanding why people do love it. I still don't know if it's for me. I don't know if that's my personality, but I will use this up over the course of however long it takes. Then I had Armani Privé Blue Turquoise. I wore this a couple of times. This is one of my favorite fragrances. This is a salty vanilla. It's has like a very strong mineral spa type quality to it. I think this is fine year round, but I've noticed I really like it when it's colder and there's like breeze in the air. So I did wear this a few times, and I know I'll continue to reach for it throughout the fall through winter to spring months. Then I have Kilian's Angel Share. I actually did wear this twice. This is a fragrance that I'm keeping on my tray for the whole, fall to winter season because it's something that I was just reaching for during the holidays. So I was only wearing it once or twice a year, and that seemed like such a waste. So I wore it a couple of times. It's a beautiful fragrance. I really enjoyed it. So I'm excited that it's still going to be on my tray, so I will still think to reach for it in the upcoming months. The next one I have here was Valentino Donna Born in Roma. So this is one of my favorite fragrances. Although with all the ones I've been trying this year, there's some fragrances that are, trying to push it out of its top 10 spot. But this is a really good, like fruity, vanilla, floral, kind of warm floral fragrance. And it's great for fall through spring, in my opinion. I don't like it in summer because where I am is really hot. But outside of that, I really love this fragrance. Every time I spray it on, and I just get like that juicy burst of the black currant. It's a great fragrance. This is also one that I will continue to reach for throughout the cooler months. Kilian's Black Phantom. I actually only wore this twice. I thought I would wear it a lot more, but I think I didn't go out as much as I thought I would. It was a lot warmer in October than I was anticipating, and I do like to wear this when it's cooler. And then, that whole last week, so the last kind of few days that I thought I would be wearing it somewhere, I wasn't feeling great. So I will still continue to reach for this. I really love this scent. It's a good one. If you haven't tried it, see if you can get a sample. It's not a safe blind buy, but this is a really gorgeous, in my opinion, unisex fragrance. It smells very different on me than it does on my boyfriend, but it smells really great on both of us. Softenade by Parfum de Marly. I actually put a little bit of a dent in this one. I reached for this quite a bit. And I will say this is the one, besides Gentle Fluidity Gold, that actually surprised me the most last month. I like it. I've always liked it. I've worn it. But something about it, either my nose started to pick up a new note in it, or it's had a chance to really mature since I purchased it. I want to say last year. So now in the opening, when I spray it, what I get is this really delicious, how do I describe it? Like sugar sprinkled orange candy in the opening along with the pear. I always kind of got a little bit of the pear note, but not the orange. It always smelled good. I love orange blossom, so I didn't have any complaints about that. But I'm getting it now, and it is the most delicious opening. It gives it this brightness and this more well-rounded vibe to the fragrance. So I get that, candied orange and pear opening, and then the orange blossom, the violet, all those other notes start coming in. Oh, this was really great. I enjoyed this every single time I wore it, and I wore it quite a few times. Again, I put a little bit of a dent in it. I think it was like closer to up here when I started. So I will continue to reach for this. This is one that's almost a year-round fragrance for me. I don't think I usually wear this in the summertime, but any other time of the year, I like it. It's not too overpowering or cloying, even though it's an orange blossom fragrance. Then I have my Kayali Deja Vu White Flower. I put a dent in this, which is not surprising. This is one of my favorite fragrances. I reach for it a lot. And still smells fantastic. I actually layered it a lot with the Vanilla 28 this time around. And it's good. And it layers really well. You have to like white florals, I think, to like this. But this is more of a warm, fruity, slightly fruity floral fragrance. It doesn't have that kind of white floral quality that you would get from something like Amouage Love Tuberose or Armani Privé Rouge Malachite. It's a different kind of white floral. So I like white florals, but I like them to be warm, like a warm, spicy type of fragrance or a musky type of fragrance. I don't think I ever just enjoy smelling like a bouquet of flowers, and that's not what I get from this. So I really like it. This is my second bottle of it. I'm sure I'll get another one when I get through that. And the last one on my tray for October was Armani C Intense. I wore this quite a few times. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm slowly making my way through the bottle. And I like this. This is, the Armani C DNA, but it's a little deeper, a little thicker, a little more syrupy. I think it definitely lasts longer. It's not as kind of light, airy, and fleeting as the original. I know the old formulation was supposed to have been very strong, and I did smell it once, and it was very strong. The newer one's not quite as strong, and I kind of like that because it gives me a light, airy day option. Another one I'll continue to reach for throughout the cool months, and this is another one that is quite the compliment getter. Okay, so now let's talk about what's going on my tray for what's left of the month of November. Let's go ahead and just start with Angel Share. Like I said, this is going to be on my tray for the next couple months. Let's go ahead and plop that right down. And then let's move on to, I have this Tom Ford travel spray, and inside this one is Santal blush. There you go. Now you can see it. Santal blush. I got this in that little trio last year. I really wanted to try the Santal blush without getting a full bottle. This was one that didn't come in a singular travel at the time, and so it came in a set with two other fragrances that I gifted to my boyfriend, and I kept the Santal blush one for myself. So I'd like a chance to wear it. I've smelled it a couple times. I really like it. I'd like to get to know it better and see if I want to do a full bottle of it. I actually wore it yesterday, and I like it. It's really nice. It's kind of soft. It's warm. It has that nice sandalwood vibe. I have to wear it more to really know if this is full bottle worthy, but it's sparked my interest in trying a bunch more sandalwood fragrances. So if you have any sandalwood fragrance recommendations, please leave them down in the comments below. I am now thinking of trying to get my hands on a sample of Le Labo Santal 33 and the one from Armani, Santal Dansha, I think that's what it is. Those are two that are on my list to try out because I love the sandalwood note. Okay, the next one going on my tray is another little one. This is Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. I just recently hauled this, the little travel spray. I've worn it a few times. I have not worn this much of it. It didn't come completely full. But this is a really good so far, just from the few times I've worn it. Fragrance. I've worn it twice in front of my boyfriend. He's complimented it twice. It has good performance. He was outside. I was inside, and he said he could smell me. And I only spritzed a little bit. Granted, the window was open, but still, I was impressed. So I'm going to sample that more and see if that is full bottle worthy, but I'm already thinking so. It's a lot more complex than I thought something with the name of Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar would be. So let's put that up here since it's so tiny. The next one, also by Kayali, this is the Wedding Silk Santal. This is another one I hauled in a video last month. And this one, I wore it once. I want to say maybe, not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, when my congestion had finally started to clear up a little bit and I could smell out of one side of my nose. So I just spritzed a little bit on my wrist. I didn't want to overpower my senses. And it's really nice, especially in the dry down. The complexity starts to come out. So I'd like to test this out more, see how I like it. And, see if this is something that I think is going to get even more complex and develop as it ages. The next fragrance I'm going to be putting on my tray is Amouage. This is Overture. I love this bottle. It's frosted. It has rose gold accents. I love rose gold. And this is a boozy, fruity, ambery fragrance. Maybe some tobacco. It's like a little smoky, but not smoky. It's gorgeous. It's very sophisticated, I want to say. I think there's a note of apple in here. I'm pretty sure there's rum or cognac. Again, I think there's tobacco. I think there's like benzoin or something that's giving it that kind of warm, resinous, ambery smell to it. And I can't remember the other notes in here. I got this for a Christmas gift last year. Wore it maybe once or twice in January or February, and it's time to really give it some wears. It's just been sitting there waiting for the weather to cool down, and it's still not cold. It was cold this morning, but I went out to run some errands, and it's gorgeous outside. It's cooler. It's not triple digits, but it's still not cold weather. But I think it is cool enough now to be busting out some of my more heavy hitters. The next one, also from my recent haul video, this is MFK's Oud Satin Mood. I just had a little sample that I kind of spritzed sparingly. I really love the way it smelled. It smelled beautiful, but I felt like it smelled like a couple other things that I had, and I didn't need it in my collection. It wasn't a profile I was reaching for a lot. And this is I think this is the 35 ml size. But I have been reaching for this type of scent profile more recently. I went back and smelled the sample not that long ago, and it was even better than some of the ones I have in my collection already that are similar. So I decided to put it on my wish list. I got really lucky. It popped up on Fragrance X on sale. So I want to say I got it for maybe 40 something dollars off, I think. So I snatched it up because I knew it would go fast. So I'm excited to have it in my collection. I'm excited to put it on my tray and give it some wears this month. The next one that's going on my tray is another favorite of mine, and I haven't been reaching for it as much as when I first got it. Like, this huge dent is from when I first got it, and I don't know why. It's beautiful. This is YSL's Libre Intense. This is another orange blossom. I really like orange blossom fragrances. Orange blossom and lavender fragrance. I believe there's tonka bean, a lot of vanilla. I think that's what I'm smelling in here. This is another compliment getter. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. I'm gonna wear this today. Actually, I just got back from errands, so I need to like do some chores around the house and then clean up. And this is what I'm spritzing on because it smells so good. Great performance, great sillage, and it is a compliment getter. You are going to smell delicious without smelling gourmand, classy, elegant. It's a beautiful one. And there's so many different flankers of this fragrance that if this one's not for you, they have an EDT, they have the original Eau de Parfum, they have the Intense, they have a new Le Parfum, and I believe there's the one that's, is it Platinum? Platinique? I can't remember. I haven't tried that one. And maybe one other version. So, give them all a sniff and see if you can find one that you like, because the DNA of this line, in my opinion, is really nice. But, it's not for everybody. Lavender is not for everybody. I love lavender. I have since I was a kid. So I love that one. And so far, that's my favorite that I've tried. I've tried 3 or 4 of them. And this one so far is my favorite. Next month, I might be putting the Le Parfum on my tray to compare. The next fragrance I'm going to be putting on my tray is from the house of Initio, and this is Side Effect. I've been wanting to wear this for so long, but it's been so hot. And this is another boozy. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I don't remember. I think this one has rum or cognac in there. Apparently, I like that note. And I honestly don't know what else is in here. Maybe cinnamon, something warm and spicy. I don't know, but it smells fantastic. This is one I think I wore it once a long time ago when I first got it, got a compliment on it. And usually when I wear it, I'm alone, so I don't know how people really kind of perceive this fragrance. I'm going to try to wear this out and about, see how I like it in the open air. But this is a sexy fragrance, in my opinion, that I'm very, very, very excited to get some more wears out of now that it's cooler. And even after this tray is over, I'm going to be reaching for it as much as possible because I don't want it just sitting there going to waste when it can be on my skin. And the last one I have for my tray this month is, again, in a haul, in the haul video that I just had, but not new. This is a repurchase to my collection. This is Dior's Pure Poison. This is another white floral. Again, I told you I like white floral fragrances, but this is a musky, woody white floral. It has a citrus notes in the opening, so you kind of get that burst of fresh, bright, clean vibe from it. And the white florals, I think there's gardenia, there's orange blossom, jasmine or tuberose. I'm not positive. I can't remember. And then in the base, there's musk, there's maybe vetiver, there's definitely woody notes, maybe cedar. I love this one. This is an easy reach for me. This has good performance on my skin. I don't think everybody has the same experience. And it just makes me smell clean, sexy because of that musky, woody vibe in there, which I love, and classy. I mean, it's good, great for all occasions. I've worn it like if I was going to the gym. I've worn it for errands. I've worn it out to, meals and movies and all that stuff. It's just never a bad time, in my opinion, to wear this. This is one of my top 10 fragrances So when I ran out and I was trying to be good and go through other things before I repurchased it, and as soon as I went through some of my other freshies, this was repurchased. I got it. I used I had a Sephora, $100 gift card that I redeemed my points on and got it for $100 off. It's so good. I'm so excited to have this back in my collection. Let me try to find a place to put this. Okay. Okay, here is my perfume tray for the month of November. I'm excited to be feeling well and to be able to smell again and to jump right in. If you have any recommendations, please leave them down for me in the comments below. I think that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.